Welcome to Zhangjiajie, one of the most epic places you can find here in China. It is known to be one of the most beautiful areas of the country, and we are staying here in the city for 3 days, and we will be exploring the whole area. On the first day, today, we are at the Tianmen Mountain, and we will explore the upper area of this mountain right now. We are taking a walk along the peak, which is known as the Fairy Peak, and we already get impressive views over the walkways, which look a bit scary, to be honest. We are right at the edge of the peak. I think even though it is quite foggy today, we will still get amazing views. You can get here easily from the city of Zhangjiajie by taking a cable car that'll take you all the way up to the peak in only 25 minutes. I just looked a bit down and it makes me feel a little bit dizzy, to be honest. We are right on the edge and we are extremely high. This is definitely not made for people who are afraid of heights, that's for sure. But the views are really stunning. We are about to cross this hanging bridge here. It looks, to be honest, a little bit scary. Let's go and cross the bridge. The bridge is moving a little bit. It's a bit shaky. And it makes me feel a bit insecure, to be honest, but the views are absolutely stunning. So far, I really enjoy walking through this area. It is such a beautiful area and it really deserves the name Fairy Peak because it looks like it comes straight out of a fairy tale and it definitely has something magical. And I want to give a little shout out to China because, first of all, it's incredible how many garbage cans there are in this area. I've never seen so many in one place. And second of all, look at how beautiful they are. Have you ever seen something that blends perfectly into nature like these two garbage cans? They are fake, but they look like real trunks. And another thing are these things here along the path. You also have something to hold on to that looks like the trees. It has the exact texture, the exact color, but it's man-made. And I don't think I've ever been to a man-made place that blends into nature that perfectly like this one. They also just cut down the trees that were necessary to cut down. Sometimes on the pathways you will see like trees coming out of the walls and you have to go down a little bit to be able to pass through them. It's incredible. I really love it. Now there are two things this area here is famous for. One is the Tianmen cave, which we are going to in just a little bit. And the second thing are the glass bottom paths. So we are going to walk towards one of them right now. And there we will be crossing a path right on the cliff that will be made of glass. So we can look straight down. A little bit scared. I've never done anything like this, but I think it will be exciting. Just so you know, you can also take another path. You can see it here. There is this glass bottom path and there would be another path that is just like all the other ones. So if you're scared about the glass thing, don't go there, take the other one. And we are walking on the glass pathway. It is less scary than I expected it to be. We had to pay 5 yuan per person extra to be allowed here. So you have to get an entry ticket and I am standing on the glass and I am looking straight down and you can see that we are super high. I'm not sure if you can see that well in the camera, but it is a bit scary. Although I think it would be even scarier if the views would be super clear. It is quite foggy. Also, in theory, we would be able to see the whole city of Zhangjiajie from up here, but not today. Down there, we can now get a glance of the road of the 99 curves. It looks super fun from up here. There are so many curves and it looks quite steep. We already got a glance of it when we were on the cable car and it's quite impressive. And then we can also get the first glance of the Tianmen cave, which is over there. It also looks pretty impressive. It is huge, but we still need to figure out a way to get somehow down there because it's a little bit below us. I think we found the way down to the Tianmen cave. We are taking the escalator now that is included into your ticket price. And just in case you were wondering, it's freezing up here. Honestly, do not underestimate this. In the city where we are staying, it was way warmer this morning. So make sure to bring like a jacket or a sweater if you're here in summer or whatever. This was most likely the longest escalator ride I've ever done in my life. But we'll see if it was worth it. It was an escalator ride below the mountains. The escalators were kind of built into the mountain, which was pretty cool, but it was like never ending. We are now going to find the stairs to heaven. I just realized we are already in the Tianmen cave. This is it already. We are below the arch, which by the way is a natural arch, and we just saw it over there. This is the arch that we can see here, and I think the stairs that I mentioned before must be behind us somewhere. We will figure that out. And we found the stairs. These stairs we are currently on are called the stairs to the Gate of Heaven, which is what the Tianmen cave is also known as. And it's super impressive, but the stairs are extremely steep. It's almost a bit scary to walk them down. There's also an escalator, another one that would take you down to the platform. And that one would cost you extra as far as I know. This escalator is just like the other one built into the mountain, and it'll take you down there. And just so you know how cold it actually is here, the walls of this mountain are partially frozen. And we made it down. Be careful when going down or up as well, because the stairs are super steep and not very wide. The view is super beautiful from here. We can see the whole stairs and also the cave, of course, and it looks really stunning. Unfortunately, we won't be rewarded with the beautiful views of the surroundings today, as it is super foggy and we can't see that far. But anyway, it is beautiful here, this area, this platform already, so I'm happy that we came here. And we are back at the cable car station, and that means we completed our tour here on the Tianmen Mountain. In total, we spent 6 hours here, including the cable car ride that takes 25 minutes each way. I am very excited about tomorrow, because tomorrow we will explore the area that Zhangjiajie is actually famous for. And I can't wait to get there, because that's on my list since a very long time. And this is day 2 of exploring Zhangjiajie, and we are at the place that makes this whole area so famous and popular to visit. We are in front of the entrance of the Forest Park. It's a national park that is enormous. There are buses and cable car inside of the park that you can take. Just the entrance would be $40 per person. If you want to buy an entrance that includes fares for the cable cars as well, you would pay around $50 per person. The buses are included, and the tickets is valid for 4 days in total. Let's get inside and explore this area that actually was the inspiration for the movie Avatar. So once you enter the national park, there will be lots of buses waiting for you, and I recommend you to plan your trip a little bit ahead so that you know which area of the national park you want to see. This park is seriously enormous. We were just in a bus for 20 minutes to get to this very first stop here. Later on, I'm going to show you on the map which route we have taken today. Behind me, you can see our very first stop. This is the Bailong elevator. It is one of the most scenic spots here of the national park, and it'll take us up into the mountains. I've heard that during high season, it can take you 2 to 3 hours waiting in line to get on this elevator. It is a very popular destination here in this park. Also, you would have to buy another ticket for the elevator if you only bought the basic ticket of $40. We have the elevator included in our ticket already, so we can go straight ahead and jump onto the elevator. We decided to get on a viewpoint before we go on the elevator, and the views are so beautiful here. It's incredible. And also there are some monkeys here in the area. We just saw a monkey, but make sure to keep your distance and also don't feed them. I just saw the monkey drinking out of a cup. I don't know what was in there, but I'm sure that's not what they should be drinking. So take care of your food. So we are about to enter the elevator, and how this whole system here works is pretty impressive. We just entered by just scanning our face, and immediately they knew who we are and they knew we bought the ticket for the elevator as well, and therefore we were able to enter. Before the entrance, we did it with our passport, and it scanned our passport number, realized we bought a ticket, and we were able to enter. But now, just with scanning the face, this is how things work in China, and it's pretty cool. I guess we were super lucky with the elevator because we waited about 2 minutes, and that's it. The ride in general was super quick. You will get impressive views, that's for sure. At first, the elevator starts in the mountains, and then it comes out of the mountains and you get insane views. It was super beautiful, but to be honest, I'm not sure if I would have done this if I had to wait 2 to 3 hours in line. In the end, it's just an elevator, and I think you will probably get similar stunning views from cable cars, for example, or by just walking through the area. And also, it's just a, 1 minute ride, more or less. So 2 to 3 hours for 1 minute, I don't know. That's up to you, of course. The infrastructure here is pretty good. Actually, they built a lot to make it super easy to get through this park. And also there are lots of food stands here. There are toilets on every corner, so there's basically nothing you need to worry about. I personally prefer completely natural places. This place here is very obviously not untouched at all. But at the same time, I think it's necessary because this park is huge and it would be super impossible to move around in just one day and see a lot of things here. We are currently extremely high. I feel a bit dizzy looking down there. And the views are insane, seriously. We don't even have the best view today because it's quite cloudy today, but this is insane, seriously. I love this view. And also, I think here it becomes clear now where the movie Avatar got its inspiration from. These are the so-called Hallelujah Mountains that we've seen in the movie. There are more than 3,000 of these sandstone pillars that you can see here in the background. And what is so impressive about them is that, first of all, they stick out of the earth up to more than 150 meters, some of them. And there is vegetation on top of them. You can see that some of them have a few trees on their walls, but especially on top of them, there are lots of trees and plants, which is super strange, but beautiful. We are here in winter, and honestly I was a little bit worried that this place wouldn't be as beautiful anymore because I thought maybe it would have left some of its leaves and the greenery here, but it's not at all like that, and I am super happy that we came. I actually had this place on my list since many years. I once watched a make-off of the movie Avatar, and there they mentioned this place. I googled it, I found it impressive and wanted to come here ever since. Actually in 2020 I was so close to get here, but it was February, I was in Laos and China closed its borders because of the pandemic, but now, almost 5 years later, I made it and I'm super happy with that. The park is getting quite crowded by now, and I can only imagine that it must be extreme during high season in the summer. This is a very touristic place and you notice it in all areas of the park. You can, for example, also rent some traditional Chinese clothes here and take a picture of it. A lot of Chinese people do that all over China, and this one here is not an exception. It is a super touristic place, so make sure to be aware of that when coming here. We are now at the second part of the sandstone peaks, which are just as beautiful as the first area. We had to take another bus to get up here, and it took us, I think, more or less 20 minutes. Honestly, it's not that easy to navigate yourself here through the park. We do have a map, but the map has not that many signs. And if it has signs, they are in Chinese. And also here in the park, if you reach a place, there's no huge sign telling you where exactly you are, or there are Chinese signs. So for us, it is a bit difficult. And we also asked some people. We showed them the map, told them where we wanted to go, and they seemed also a little bit confused and not 100% sure how to read the map. So it's not that easy, but also not a huge challenge. So don't be scared away from that now. This mountain we are currently walking on is called Tianzi Mountain. You can start here in this area. If you would have gone the other way around than we did, you can take up a cable car straight up here. We are going to take it down to the entrance, but we are enjoying the views here for now, and we will be doing a little hike in the area. This area here in general is the upper area of this whole national park. The highest peak of the sandstone peaks has more than 1,260 meters. And the lowest area is more or less 900 meters above sea level. So we are at quite some altitude. We are now at the Tianzi Mountain cable car station, and we will take that cable car down again. Here as well, you need to pay for a cable car ticket if you only bought the standard entrance ticket for this national park. We have it included in our ticket, and we will get there now. Once we are down, I will also show you the map finally and show you exactly where we've been today. We are back to the entrance, and that means it is now finally time to show you the map. We started here at the East Gate this morning. Here we took the bus and we went all the way to the Bailong elevator. We took it up to this area here, and then we took another bus just a short time and we did a small hike here in this area. This was also the first time where we saw the sandstone peaks and where we flew the drone. Afterwards, we continued with another bus all the way up here to this area. This was also where we did a small hike. We went all the way to this pagoda over here, did a small hike here, and this is also where you can go down. You don't have to take the cable car, you can go all the way down yourself. We wanted to have the cable car experience, so somewhere here we went back to the cable car, took the cable car down. From here we took another bus and came back to the entrance. Of course, you can also exit at other entrances if you want to. We decided to come back to this one. I can only say that the tour we've done was absolutely stunning and I enjoyed the views a lot, and I would definitely recommend that one. We've seen a lot of scenic spots. In total, this whole day took us 6.5 hours. And tomorrow we are going to another epic place. It'll be a canyon that is here also very close to this national park. We will explore the canyon a little bit and see a stunning glass bridge there. I would also like to recommend you to explore Zhangjiajie a little bit at night after sunset, because there's a building 72 and there they will be doing shows, live shows, music. The building in general is extremely impressive as it is being lit up at night. It just looks beautiful and it's super fun to explore the areas and also to try some food there. Now it's time to start the third day and the third adventure of Zhangjiajie National Park, and we are in front of the glass bridge and in front of the canyon of Zhangjiajie, and I am super excited. I believe that yesterday the forest park was probably the most impressive and most beautiful area of Zhangjiajie, but I believe that this day will be the funniest day, because here at the glass bridge you can experience several activities. You can even do some bungee jumping here down from the bridge. That will cost you an extra of 260 yuanes, which is still quite affordable. Let's get on that bridge because I think the views are going to be epic. We are taking our first steps on the glass bridge. It is completely made of glass and so far we are not over the canyon yet, but I think later on we will be able to look down 260 meters. That will be a little bit scary and I don't think it is made for people who are afraid of heights. We received shoes at the entrance that will not make us slip on the bridge, because especially if it's wet, I believe it would be quite slippery. And it feels weird, honestly. It feels strange to look down and see the ground below us. But it's also so cool and exciting. And this bridge is in general super impressive, seriously. This whole construction here, it's pretty cool. It's such a fun experience. Like, people here hype this place. There are lots of Chinese taking their photos here, lying down on the bridge and so on, looking down. And of course I did the same. I had to imitate them and got my picture taken here as well. It's such a cool and fun experience. I've never seen anything like this before. I honestly thought that this would be way more scary than it actually is, but I feel extremely safe here and it doesn't make me feel dizzy or anything at all. At the first day in the Tianmen Mountain, we've been on one of those pathways of glass already, and I felt the same. It was cool to see it, but it wasn't scary for me. And to be honest, what was way more scary was the view at the Tianmen Mountain, where we were seeing the cliffs or the pathways on the cliffs. That view was way more scarier than this here. We now left the glass bridge and we are continuing our walk on a glass pathway towards an elevator or a zip line. There are various paths that you can take here. I will later on also show you on the map which one we took. I am super excited for the zip line. I can see it already. It looks a bit scary, honestly, because it's super high. But I think this is going to be so much fun. And if you don't want to do the zip line, you can also choose an elevator to go down. So for those of you who are too scared to do that, there's always a plan B for you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous about this thing. Although this seems to be electric, it won't be a completely free fall. But nevertheless, it does look scary and it is super high. But this is going to be fun. It's about the adventure here, I think. The zipline was such a fun experience and it is highly recommended for you to do this. It is included in the ticket price, but again, you have the other option to take the elevator if this is too scary for you. But I think it wasn't as scary as I expected. It wasn't as fast as I expected, and the views were absolutely epic. So in my opinion, this is extremely recommended. We are about to start the next adventure. It will be a slide that will take us down to the river. And we just got equipped with some pans here to be able to really do the slide in a nice thing. I'm very excited for that one as well. This area here is all about fun. I like it. It makes you feel like a child again. That was another super fun experience. The zip line was better. It was way more exciting and you had the views, of course, but still, it makes you feel like a child. I love it. This area is seriously super cool. There's a second part coming. How cool is that? And I think after that, we will be at the next stop, which will be the river. Vamos! Woohoo! All right, we found a map that is well readable. There are some where you cannot read the signs, so it's time for me to show you now which route we are taking here. We started here at the entrance and went straight to the Glass Bridge, crossed it, and came out here, which is where we started to walk up the glass walkway. And then in this area here, you can do some VR experience that will take you on an air balloon flight over the canyon. We didn't do that, we skipped it. We went straight to the zip line, crossed it here, and this is where we just took the slides all the way down here. And this is the area where we are currently at. Here you can find some food and stuff and do a little bit of a break. And then later on we will continue to take a boat all the way through the canyon, explore the beautiful views here. And here I'm not sure if either they will take us off and we can exit the canyon at this exit here, or if they will take us back. We will see later if we are getting out at a different exit or if they will take us back here. In any case, you can also take the elevator. This is the plan B that I've told you before. Here's the elevator that will also take you down here, and then you can walk a little bit. There's a slide as well that you can take, and then you would reach the same area where we are currently at and continue the boat tour if you don't want to do the zip lining. But again, the zip lining is highly recommended. We are in the canyon now and we are about to get on a little boat tour. And just look at this beautiful view in the green emerald colored water. It looks absolutely stunning. I wasn't expecting to see such an amazing view down here. We just got off the boat and honestly we weren't that sure if this was the right decision or not, because half of the people stayed on the boat and they are going back now and the other half got off. And we didn't know where we would end up and what is here exactly to do. I think we made the right decision because there are signs now that will help us to keep exploring the canyon, walking along the walls for a little bit more. And we can also walk back towards the skywalk and the elevator. So somehow I believe we will find the exit. But sometimes it is a bit hard, to be honest, because people here don't speak English and the communication is not that easy sometimes. It is a 4 kilometers long scenic walk through the canyon and you can enjoy beautiful views along the way. And once you get off the boat, you will reach an area where you will find a shuttle bus that will take you back to the entrance of the Grand Canyon. That is included in your entrance ticket. For me, this was the funniest part of the 3 days and I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did as well. Make sure to leave me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below which part was your favorite. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and I will see you in next week's adventure.